Hello everyone and welcome to Total War Through the Ages. We've got rioting going on, which is not good, so we're going to get right on that. Lower the taxes to keep the people happy in the meantime while we focus on repairing as well as in building more buildings that will increase happiness. And order. Order, I guess, is overall what it is. We also have a plague that broke out in that one place that we captured in North Africa. Oh, it didn't break out, it was there before anyways, but plague continues to be a problem. It should get sorted out in a few turns though, so it's not that big of a deal. Of course, generals are always good to have. You can't just recruit generals in this, so whenever there's usually an option to, there's a betrothal option or something, you're pretty much always going to want to accept it. Now, the flip side is that does mean you're not always going to have the best quality of generals, but it's better to have a not very good general than no general at all, as we will see in some upcoming episodes. Anyway, in the meantime, that's slightly spoiler there. Anyway, here we have a army that I'm gathering together to go and capture the Carthaginian city to the south of Carthage. I don't remember the name. I'm terrible with the names in Rome Total War. I don't know the names of any of the cities, so just bear with me. But it's the one that's to the south here. We lower the taxes to try and keep people happy in Carthage because they really hate us there. Kind of understandable. It's the capital of the people that we've been destroying and just completely, wrecking. So we're moving this army down. It's a pretty sizable army. I'm pretty confident going into this fight. Now we do recruit some hoplites, some mercenary hoplites to kind of bolster our force a little bit. And then over here, this is the place that we captured last episode, or one of the places. I think we technically captured this and the small island that you can see at the top of the screen right now. Again, I'm terrible with the names. I should just go around. So I should probably go around and just rename all of the cities, because you can actually rename cities in Total War games. Actually, can you rename them I don't know if you can rename them in Rome. I know you can rename them in Medieval 2 for sure, because my friend a friend of mine and I always did a bunch of we do a bunch of just random joke names for different cities and stuff. But yeah, so here we are. We're going to be going in to this fight. Now look at at these armies. They're not very large, but I am definitely going to be outnumbered, but not by a lot. I think I'm actually only outnumbered by about, 400 guys, if that. I think both the enemy armies were around 800 guys, and we have about 1,200. So that would be a total of 1,600 guys. So I think they outnumber us by about 400. And of course, we actually do have an advantage because all of our guys are concentrated into full units of guys. We don't have any units that are really weak, as were some of our enemies. Some of their units, even though they might have technically more units than us, overall a bunch of their units are at half strength or less. So they're pretty beat up. And from my experience, and I don't have any evidence to back this up, why this is, but in my experience, it generally seems that a full one single full unit of guys is better than 3 units of half strength, even though the 3 units at half strength would technically be more soldiers than the 1 unit at full strength. But to me, it just appears that for most, and I'm not even going to try and say that this applies to all Total War games, but particularly in Medieval 2 and Rome Total War, it very much appears that and also Rome 2, actually, from the limited amount I've played it, it seems very much that a unit that's about half strength or less is really not, even if you have a bunch of them, are really not nearly as effective as having a few, just a few units but that are full strength. Again, I can't really explain it better than that. That's the best, and again, this is just kind of my personal experience, so I could be completely wrong. I don't have any way of backing that up. That's just kind of an observation I've made, and I'm not saying that it's an accurate observation, but I've just, it's something that it appears to be that way to me. Here we go. We're setting up a formation now. This is one of the things that I'm still working on with Rome, is learning how to deploy better. I usually end up deploying how I do in Medieval 2, with all your infantry concentrated in the middle and the cavalry on the sides, and I'm kind of starting to think that may not be the best choice to do in Rome. I think it's a lot better, and I think this is what and I mentioned his name last episode, and I got his name wrong. which is not very surprising. It's not Rupa Koopa, it's Rana Kappa, or Kappa. I don't know how to say your name, I am very sorry. But same guy commented, he's commented quite a lot, and it's really awesome. Really, I hope you keep interested in the series, I hope you keep enjoying it, and I hope you keep commenting. But one of the things I'm pretty sure I remember it, I think it was him. I heard it from someone, I think it was him. He mentioned that it actually can be valuable to kind of spread out a little bit more and not get so like constant clumped together like I currently have my units that you can see on screen there. I have all my guys really close together and really in like a very tight formation. And in Medieval Total War, that works very well for me. I make that work very well, and usually it's, that works great. That works out fine. And then, of course, with the cavalry on the sides to do the flanks and get behind the enemy and charge them. But unfortunately, I definitely think I'm starting to learn, and you may not see it for another episode or two. I'm not sure, because I've already recorded some, and I don't remember when I kind of started making this realization. At the time I'm recording the audio, I definitely made the realization that being spread out a little bit more and not so closely clumped together can be very beneficial in Rome Total War. So hopefully I'll be able to do that and kind of get even better at the battles and improve that. Because I definitely have not been doing too great on some of the battles. Some specific, like I've lost some battles. That's not very common for me in Total War games. That's not a brag or anything, but and again, that's because Rome Total War I'm not nearly as good at. But the Total War games that I am good at, I usually very rarely lose battles unless I'm just outnumbered. Unless I lose a battle to the point where. I should say, I'm so outnumbered that I can't possibly win the battle. And even then, I've actually won some pretty ridiculous odds in Empire and Napoleon Total War against the AI. Because, the AI is, like, I think I mentioned this last episode, if you can figure out what the quirks are of an AI in each specific Total War game, that helps a lot, and you can kind of exploit certain ways that the AI usually do things. And that's another thing, the AI very rarely ever mixes it up. I think that's actually my biggest complaint. But as you see here, we actually do pretty good. There was a cut there. This is jumping forward a little bit because this battle did take quite a while. And this battle is actually going to end up taking up most of this episode. But as you saw there, I'm doing pretty good. I've pretty much got the entire main army that I attacked on the run, but they have an entire second army that was had about the same number of troops as the one I'm wrapping up beating, and it's on its way. It's coming in, and my forces are still really spread out. I'm still trying to deal with these elephants. The elephants, I think, are technically broken, but they're still like running around causing problems. They actually caused one of my units to. I think I edited that part out. But after the elephants were were running away. They were routing, and they ran through one of my units and caused one of my units to rout. So yeah, elephants can be particularly nasty, and I'm going to. I have in the works, and again, I think this might be a little bit later past this episode because, like I said, I've played farther along than this when I'm recording, and I'm actually working on getting archers and trying to kind of start building up archers. However, that may not end up working due to stuff happening. I may not be able to actually get the archers over to fight the Carthaginians where the elephants are going to be, so we'll kind of see how that goes. But I definitely think that having archers would be a good way, because archers are very effective from what I've heard of taking down. And I mean, the best way to take down elephants is ranged, like the pilums and stuff that the Hastadian Praetorians have, not Praetorians, Princeps have, are the most effective thing I have right now. So I'm hoping that the archers will be even more effective at doing that. Now, as we can see, I kind of screw up here. I lose 2 units basically right there in the center that you saw, and this is where things start to go bad, or start to go bad. I guess that sounded weird when I said it, but I guess it's technically. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I kind of throw away this one unit of cavalry there, charging into that unit, just trying to hold them up so that the infantry behind that the enemy cavalry right there on the left, kind of bottom left corner you can see now. I kind of wanted them, but basically I get charged by a lot of cavalry and stuff. And even though I did have some Triarii and stuff, and the Triarii actually did a decent job of fighting, though I did screw up there by pulling that one on the far left of the screen there, the Triarii that I had pull back to the left that you see I currently have selected along with my cavalry. I pulled them back to try and fight kill that one unit of cavalry, and in so doing, I did kill that unit of cavalry, but I ended up basically sacrificing my main force of infantry. My general dies, that pretty much causes the rest of my army to rout. I have 1 unit of cavalry left. I ordered them to withdraw. I'm not sure if they'll actually be able to get out of this, like the army might just be completely wiped out. But yeah, we have, unfortunately, heroic death. Our guy died, and this battle does end in a defeat. We bloodied them pretty good, but in the end it didn't do much. And unfortunately, we didn't actually have enough guys survive the battle to make it worthwhile. So yeah, that battle was a failure. And that's not great. That's not great at all. Trying to gain a little bit of glory back for Rome, we attack a fleet and completely destroy it. Well, actually, they get away, but we'll trace them down. It's fine. Trying to gain a little bit of respect back, but yeah, that's not too great. I don't. Now I sent my diplomat to the Gauls. I don't remember what this was. I think I was trying to... Oh, right. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to make them my protectorate. Because I know that's possible, but I don't think it's actually possible to do it while you're at peace. I think I actually have to declare war at them, and, like, that's one of the options I have if I'm forcing them to... Like, if I offer them a peace deal, I can offer to make them my protectorate. I think that's how it's work. I don't think you can just make someone your protectorate if you're not at war. So that's unfortunate, because I kind of wanted the Gauls to be my protectorate, because I didn't actually want to kill them. I didn't want to wipe them out, because they actually are pretty cool. They haven't attacked me. They kept asking for the settlements back, but that's understandable. Anyway, with this somewhat sour note of losing that battle there, which is very unfortunate, I will be wrapping up this episode. Next episode, though, I will be looking to get revenge on the Carthaginians. So be sure to check back, and thank you for watching.